Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic!
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic!
Ha ha. Ha ha.
Classic! Yeah.
Yeah. It's the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms. It's the Classic Codes. You know I gotta come to the ring, man.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you more, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me.
Yeah.
That was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't
Yeah, 333. Let's go, Jack. Let's go.
With me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. And the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make-a-wishing me. I got these hoes in the fence. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree.
Yeah, let's get focused. Yes, Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got another great live stream for y'all today, man. I hope everybody feeling good. I feel amazing, man. Let's get to it. If it's your first time here, make sure you go ahead and lock in with me. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and be active in the comments. Be active in the chat, because we got to have a conversation whether we agree or disagree, because we got to crack these codes.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
But yeah, we got a lot going on today. We're going to tap in on the sports side. We got some Classic Code sports to tap into. After we get off of that, we're going to do a reaction video, which is kind of sports and Classic Codes type of content with my dog Souls of Thought and my dog Uncle Plug TV with the no middleman panel. I'm going to tap in and do a reaction with them. And then after that, we going into the question of the day, which I think is a major question of the day today. So I'm excited about doing that. And then we're going to move into the TikTok reaction and the code language conversation. So we got a full slate.
Classic.
You know what I mean? Yes, Lord, we got a full slate. I ain't in no rush today. I know yesterday I only gave y'all like a 40-minute stream. Today I'm here to make up for that, chat.
Classic.
Chat 333, talk to me, man. Let's get active. Let's get active. Right now, we are streaming live on Classic Codes Sports on YouTube. We're streaming live on The Classic Codes on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. So make sure if you have all three, you tap in with me on all three, because I will be doing exclusive content on all three platforms. So there will be things on Rumble that you cannot get on my YouTube or Twitch, things on my Twitch that you cannot get on my YouTube or Rumble, things on my YouTube that you can't get on those. So I'll be doing exclusive content on each platform. So it means something for you to tap in with me everywhere.
Classic.
Yeah. They call me the hardest working man in show business.
I'm only gonna do this once.
But we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off by tapping into the sports side of things for sure. It's a mandatory thing. It's a lot going on right now. You know, if I'm gonna get into it for sure. Let me get the imagery up for you guys so y'all can see exactly what's happening. We're gonna go over to the boxing game. We're going to head over into the boxing game. We talking Jermell Charlo today in a real way. It's Classic with the Classic Code Sports. Let's get it going.
There you go. Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Jermell Charlo is back with that energy. Jermell Charlo is back with that energy. He said, ain't no friends in the industry. posted an image of a lion. As y'all know, the Charlo brothers go by lions only. Jermell posts a lion with a shark in his mouth. Then he calls out indirectly Boots Ennis, posting a lion with a boot in his mouth with the Eagles emblem on it, so you know exactly who we talking about. Then he posts a lion with a giraffe head in his mouth, talking about the 6'6" towering inferno in Sebastian Fondura. Is this man Jermell Charlo hunting or what, chat? Is he hunting or what,
Classic.
chat? Oh boy. It's about to get thick. Shit is about to get thick, chat. Oh my God. Jermell Charlo, the smaller, you know, they'll call Jamal Big Charlo, but the smaller of the Charlo brothers, he is the king at 154 pounds. He only has 2 losses on his record. Jermell lost 1 fight in a duet with Brian Castano. He had a draw with Castano. I apologize. He had a loss to Tony Harrison where he lost his belt. And then he came and avenged that loss by stopping Tony Harrison later in his career. He fought Brian Castano to a draw in a unification bout, all at 154 pounds, came back and beat Brian Castano in the second fight, also by way of stoppage. His second loss of his career was when he moved up 2 weight divisions, daring to be great. And in my opinion, tap danced around and got paid against Canelo Alvarez in what presented itself as more of an exhibition than anything. But Jermell Charlo at 154 pounds is not to be played with, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Jermell Charlo at 154 pounds is not to be played with. Before going up to 168 to go get that bag with Canelo Alvarez, you understand at 154 pounds, Jermell Charlo was the king. He's an old-fashioned throwback type of fighter as well. He took an L, went back and got that out the mud. You understand?
Classic.
Then he went for the unification, scored a draw, went back to make sure it was a little bit more decisive.
Classic.
So Jermell Charlo ain't a joke. Him calling out the big dogs. We haven't seen Errol Spence since his last fight against Terrence Crawford. It's been quite some time. Long layoff. Jermell has also been out of the ring for a long time with his last fight against Canelo, having had been, you know, back on September 23rd. You understand, of 2000 and was it 23? Yeah, I want to say 2023. I want to say he'll be I'm trying to see the details, chat. I don't remember off the top of my head. But he coming off a long layoff. I think it's definitely going to be well over a year or closer to 2 years by the next time that he fights. I don't know why he's been sitting on the shelf. Same thing with Errol Spence, but Errol Spence's last fight was a rough go of it, but taking this much time off, I think that he's just comfortable and doing well in life. And, you know, he doesn't necessarily need to fight. And if he does at this point, it's going to be for obviously more money, but for the love of the game. But let's stay on Jermell Charlo. I guess we could talk about them all, right? Because he's calling everybody out. But Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence used to be under the same trainer in Derek James. And now neither one of them work with Derek James anymore, to my understanding. And so now it makes more sense for them to have a fight. I think it's a situation where, you know, they was cool by way of proximity. They, you know, both Texas boys, you know, both in the same gym. They had some level of camaraderie. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Fighters around the same weight class, you know, they can only be but so cool. You know, that's why the Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson relationship is so taboo. Because in boxing, if y'all somewhere near each other in weight, y'all can't really be friends. Because one day it might be that. It might have to be that. You understand what I'm saying? So a long time ago, I know Jermell kind of took the position of, nah, he ain't interested in fighting Errol. But Errol always was like, shit, for the right check, we can go ahead and get it. We can go ahead and get it boxed.
Classic.
Now, mind you, he was talking like that prior to that loss against Terrence Crawford. And we have yet to see Errol Spence fight at 154 pounds. So there's a lot of unknowns with regards to Errol Spence. But let's talk about the Jerron Boots Ennis fight. I think this is a lot of fluff, right? Jerron Boots Ennis has a full schedule in front of him. He's already scheduled to fight Usima Lima, right? He finna fight him. And then I think after that, he's supposed to be going straight away to allegedly get Virgil Ortiz. So Jerron Boots Ennis, with the way these fighters space their fights out, he could very well be, you know, a year and a half out from trying to book a fight with Jermell Charlo. You know, but things change, they don't stay the same. And that Virgil Ortiz contract, to my understanding, isn't something that's signed. And so after the Usima Lima fight, we'll just have to see where it goes. It's not an impossibility, but, you know, based on the way talks have gone, you would think that Virgil Ortiz is next for Jerron Boots Ennis.
Classic.
However, I do think that this creates a win-win situation with regards to Boots Ennis, because it's a situation where if he doesn't get Virgil Ortiz, he can, you know, get Charlo potentially, unless somebody is woofing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it creates a win-win. Tez, what's going on, dog?
Classic.
Chat 333 filing in. But yeah, so I think it's a situation where Jermell Charlo just shook things up and made boxing very interesting to talk about, at least, right? We're in an era of boxing where it's more talking than punching. And so for now, we have something exciting to talk about with Jermell Charlo, you know, putting himself back in the fold. By him putting himself back in the fold, I think that you know, this is something that everybody who's in boxing knows that shit. He just put a lot of people on notice, man. Jermell Charlo is a big deal. Let me show y'all some work. Let me show y'all some work, chat, because I know for some of my chat may not be deep into boxing, but following classic codes and following classic code sports, you know, you might take an interest to it and get you a favorite fighter if you don't have one. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm gonna just play these highlights while I talk about him. But yeah, at 154 pounds, he's an undisputed champion. You know, so this isn't a guy. I mean, he punches with real veracity, a lot of power. And for any of those guys, it's a problem. You know, if Charlo were to fight an Errol Spence Jr., I'd favor Charlo right now. If Charlo were to fight Boots, being honest with you, I think it's a 50-50 fight, but only because of Charlo's inactivity. I think if Charlo had a tune-up of some sort, and then, or like, let's say, okay, Boots got a fight scheduled right now, right? So walk with me real quick, chat. Boots has a fight schedule, right? So if Charlo, you know, takes a fight in the meantime against, you know, some lesser guy or whatever, just to get back moving, get the ring rust off of him, you know what I mean? And just get the blood back flowing in the sport, make weight again. He hasn't made 154 in a while, right? His last fight was at 168 pounds. So, you know, I'm sure he's had to do a lot of work in the gym while he's been off to redesign his body comp, you know what I mean, to be back at the 154 frame. So, you know, with him, I think a tune-up would be great. So let's say Charlo fights a tune-up to get his activity back going and then goes into a Boots Ennis fight. I don't know. I think I'm going 65. I think I'm going 60-40. I'm leaning Charlo way in that fight. And that's only because as much as I believe in Boots Ennis, as much as I enjoy watching Boots Ennis fight, you know, Boots likes to fight with his hands down. And Charlo likes to fight with his hands up. Look at him working the bag. You see the work that he's putting in on the bag. His hands, I mean, he keeps them boys home and he brings them back home and he works from right here. You know what I'm saying? So his defensive principles are good. And when he fights with great endurance. So like Boots, one great gift that a boxer can have is stamina. Any combat fighter, the great gift you can have is stamina, right? As the rounds go on, you either maintain and you fight just like you was fighting in the second and third round, in the 10th and 12th round, or you get stronger. And that's a nightmare for a lot of people. A lot of athletes fade. And so Charlo's a guy who doesn't get tired, just like Boots doesn't get tired. So I think it would be a 12-round war. But let me tell you something. I don't know that Charlo would necessarily knock Boots out, but I think in a fight like that, you could see a couple of knockdowns. Either way, I think you could see a couple of knockdowns. Charlo punching. That boy punching. And he's not a small guy either. Everybody talk about Boots being a big guy. Boots is a big guy. I'm the one who said, when it wasn't popular to say it, I'm the one who said Boots won't be at 147 as long as he talking about. When he kept telling us he was making weight easy and his weight cuts was comfortable, I said, man, I see this dude in between fights. His face is inflamed. His shoulders broaden out. This dude putting on weight in between fights. He's not going to keep fighting at 147. I know what I'm looking at. I ain't got to wait on him to say it. You know what I'm saying? So, let me show y'all some work. Let me show y'all some work. So, you know, with him, I think a tune-up would be great. So let's say Charlo fights a tune-up to get his activity back going and then goes into a Boots Ennis fight. I don't know. I think I'm going 60-40. I'm leaning Charlo way in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, So yeah, it's one of them situations where hold on, chat. Yeah, it's one of them situations where it's one of the Jamel is a real threat to everybody that he called out. You know what I'm saying? It's not a thing where this isn't a situation where like you got some guy trying to create some steam for himself by mentioning people's names and all of that. Like, nah, y'all got belts because he went up to 168 to go get that bag, and they took all his belts from him. They stripped him. They stripped him of his belts when he went up to 168 pounds. You know, boxing politics, because we seen people hold on to their belts for years without fighting and all type of stuff, but they stripped him for going up, to fight Canelo. So he went up there and got that paycheck, and that's the only reason why them belts was available. Or the champions that have belts now, like Fundora, would have had to come see Charlo to get them belts. So we're not talking about the guy who ain't the king of the division. I still see him as the king of the division. I'm going to be real. I favor him in all them fights. I think Fundora is the most challenging just because of the physical presentation. The guy being 6'6", fighting at 154 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the toughest thing, getting around his jab, working around, his length and his height. But Charlo's a guy who's good at punching to the body. And honestly, I don't know why people don't fight like this against Fundora. But the truth is, bro, you should just go in there and chop the tree. Just chop the tree. I'll go straight body shots. Fundora has a good uppercut, but he's going to throw it, right? So when you throw, maintain your defensive posture and just keep ripping to the body all night. I think that's how you beat Fundora. But, and I think Charlo, got a few different ways to beat him because he's an athletic guy. And Charlo's not short. He's 6 feet tall or better. So, yeah, man, the king is back, dog. Jermell Charlo is back in a real way. We got chats. He said, I'm glad he's back. Man, me too, dog. The king is back. I'm gonna give him his just due. Jay Zilla in the chat today.
Classic.
Oh, chat 333. Souls of thought in the building. What's happening, dog? Everybody fouling in. Michael Parsons to the Packers. Yes, Lord. Thank you, God. Get him out of here. Yes, Lord. He don't make enough. He don't make enough tackles for me. 12 sacks ain't enough for all that money. You got to make more tackles. Green Yard had better stats. Amen. Classic. Getting gone. The Tez Down. Shout out to Cortez. Everybody go subscribe to the Tez Down. Go subscribe to Souls of Thought. He said, at Souls, I know you saw that coming. Yeah, get him gone. Overrated. Classic. I like Michael, but he can go play for somebody else. I ain't gonna lie to you. He can go play for somebody else. But back to Jermell Charlo, man. The king is back at 154 pounds. He talking spicy. He won all the biggest fights. These are all big fights, even though, like I said, I'm favoring Charlo until somebody show me something different. So these are all big fights, and I hope that he gets one of them. I don't want him to get one straight away, though. I like to see Jermell fight against a lesser guy just to get back in the groove and then go straight into one of these fights after that. I want to see him make weight one time and then, and I know as fighters get older, they don't want to keep doing weight cuts. So they like, man, forget them tune-up fights. Let me get straight into it. But ring rust is a real thing. And I think it wouldn't serve him if he had to fight Boots or Fundora. If he fought Spence, it would make sense. They both coming off a long layoff. It's the same issue. You know what I'm saying? Spence ain't never fought at 154. You trying to come back down to 154. So Spence would make the most sense. But fighting Boots or Fundora, I want him to take a tune-up first. Ted said Jerry had a point during negotiations. Can't argue with it. Y'all talking football. But yeah, we're going to move into that. But yeah, man, that's my final take on Jermell Charlo. Back with the energy, man. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. All right. So today we doing for the reaction video, we're going to keep the Classic Codes. We're going to keep Classic Code Sports stream going because this video is going to be like a hybrid reaction. It works for Classic Code Sports and it works for the Classic Code stream. So shout out to Souls of Thought. Shout out to Uncle Plug TV and the No Middleman panel. We're going to be doing a reaction to their stream from last night, actually. I was listening to it and enjoying myself thoroughly, but there was a lot that I felt like I would have been able to add in and chime in on. Some agreement, some disagreement for sure. You know how us men is when we talking anything in the sports world. It's going to go like that. So, but yeah. We're gonna tap in with No Middleman right now. And yeah, man, we just gonna go from there. Let me see. Why it's not coming up in my share. Shit got a mind of his own, chat. I'm telling you, boy. That's why I know putting everything in the hands of the robots is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because technology be tweaking sometimes. Oh, okay. I see it. User error. It wasn't technology. It was me, chat. I must admit. All right, so we're going to do a reaction with the No Middleman podcast. Again, shout out to Souls of Thought. Shout out to Uncle Plug TV. Everybody get active in the chat. I will get to all of them. Let me see. Y'all talking about the Michael Parsons trade. Jerry had a point during negotiations. Can't argue with it. What you mean he had a point? He said we need real boxers to really box. Oh, for sure. Yeah, Charlo is definitely a real boxer. He definitely on the no duck list. I ain't seen him duck no smoke. So, but all right, man, let's get into it. Let's go.
People, they say monogamy that normally happens in marriage. We have a great married couple that everybody was worried about, concerned about. For those who don't know, this is Travis Hunter and his wife. Travis is about to become a father. So let's play this little video. They did like a little reveal, and I want to talk about it a little bit.
Is it going?
Can it come up?
There's the baby. Do you have a message for the baby?
Gotta be done with me. See you later.
Say bye-bye.
Before you withdraw to a father. Yeah. As you can see there, I think a lot of people who paid attention to their wedding noticed it. But Travis Hunter is a father. They had the little breakdown of her in the hospital and everything of that nature. So now seeing this, what would be your advice for Travis Hunter? Yeah,
So before plug go, before I let the guys get in and then chime in on whether I agree or disagree with them or whatever the case may be, I want to give my take on this as if I was a part of the panel last night. I want to say for Travis, the final phase of the lick has been completed. The final phase of the lick has been completed.
Classic.
When young Travis got married, I said, okay, the next step, she got to go get pregnant straight away. Get pregnant before the season even start. Go ahead, get pregnant. I'm sure it's documented, me saying that somewhere. The next step is for her to get pregnant. She pregnant, amen.
Classic.
The final phase of the lick is completed. Now, if she really want to go for the gusto, have 2 or 3.
Classic.
I don't know how long she can hang in there. I don't know how long, because she doesn't like him. So that's why I'm saying it like this. She doesn't like him. So I don't know how long she can hang in there. You know what I'm saying, with him. But to complete the whole lick, I would say she should go ahead and have multiple kids with him. Cause this ain't gonna be, he got a couple more contracts. You understand me? And she seems like a sister that know how to play the long game about this money.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted. There's somebody probably average, just a regular person. This is all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. Everything I'm saying is all alleged and just, and just, speculation or whatever, POV opinions. But yeah, the final phase of the lick has been completed. She now has his child and she has the ring. And so if she hangs in there for him to stay healthy for like 2 or 3 amazing seasons and he go get like one of them $500 million deals or $250 million deals they giving out to these stud players, like the super stud players, or whatever it's going to end up being. You know what I'm saying? 180 million, whatever it's going to end up being. If she hang in there long enough, I mean, you know, working a job, what's that?
Classic.
You understand? $1 million babies. You know what I'm saying? So, congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. You know, I think that, you know, these days, a lot of situations have expirations. And so enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it while it lasts. His eyes are about to be open to a lot of things in this world. His motivation going to go through the roof for sure. I think he plans and aspires because Travis is a good dude. He's a good dude, which is why, like, you know, I kind of felt for him when I seen how he was getting, you know, he getting stained like he is. I kind of felt for him, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, it's damn near a rite of passage. Like most dudes go through it. They, you know, get finessed in some way. He just taking like a real big L. But, you know, starting a family and stuff like that and being somebody who gonna be able to provide for his family regardless of how his relationship ends up going, I think he'll land on his feet. Not the last lick. What you mean, not the last lick? What you mean? Elaborate on that. But yeah, she gonna cash in. You know what I mean? She already cashed in. But, you know, to leave and go do her and do what she want, you know what I'm saying? And still have the amenities. She has finally she has beat the final boss.
Classic.
But I am happy for them, genuinely. You know what I'm saying? I just have foresight like the rest of us men, and we understand what it's going to be. I'm just being honest about it and stuff like that. He won't be the first one. He won't be the last. You know, we seen this a million times. You know what I'm saying? So at least he doing the right thing by himself, you know, as far as his own integrity, his own decision making. He doing things right under God. You know, he having his child under wedlock. You know, his intentions are pure. You know what I'm saying? He got his head on straight, his mind in the right place. And I think he'll be abundantly blessed for it. You know, bad things happen to good people all the time, and bad things happen to bad people. Life is all encompassing. So he's just on the man's path, and he gonna learn like a lot of us learn.
Classic.
But hope that baby healthy, got 10 fingers, 10 toes. And again, like I said, whatever their personal relationship end up being, that is what it is.
Yeah, and that's why I was just, when I watched all that, I think she did have it too.
Realistically,
yeah,
the internet sucks.
Souls of Thought said she's reached the final boss. He said, man, we saying it at the same time. Yeah. Ted said, depending on where they got married at, there are certain laws about how long she has to be married to him and the parameters of it. After all, there's no prenup. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If she's playing a long game anyway, Soft Rain, shout out. What's going on?
Classic.
She playing the long game anyway, so I would advise her to have a few kids with him. They're gonna be them kids gonna be $1 million babies. Look at his genes. Dude is a crazy athlete, man. You know what I'm saying? So them kids gonna have some athletic genes and whatnot. So have a few kids with them. You know what I'm saying? Before you go do you, because you know we know what for the streets look like. Hey man, I ain't gonna say nothing further than that because that's somebody's wife. But it's just like we men. You know what I'm saying? We know what this is. Like we know what this is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody but Trav know what this is. Trav think he knows something that we don't know, and we just don't understand because we on the outside looking in, and we all need to mind our own business. Unfortunately for him, he's a public figure, and his business is mildly our business by default. We didn't choose to know your business. They put it all out in front of us. We just on the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, and then they can say, well, you don't have to speak on it. I mean, hey, man, it's news. But we rooting for Trav, though. Like I said, he a good dude, but you know, we know a stain is a stain is a stain.
Y'all suck. Straight up, man. I mean that, man. Everybody hating and talking down, man. Let that man live, man. Let them are children, man. These are young kids, man. Leave them alone, man. Let them live, man. They go make mistakes, man. They go up, man. Oh, they're getting a divorce. Now they're having a baby. Oh, she's gonna leave him and take half of his money. Leave him alone, man. Let that man play football. Let her ball out.
Look, Unc ain't want to say it because he know that's what it is, folks.
You know what I'm saying? Now she got a little baby. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes she gonna see the beauty in that baby and start to see the beauty in that man and start to say, I like my family. He gives me everything that I want. You know?
She gonna grow to love him, Unc. She gonna grow. When they was dancing at the wedding and he was doing, I can't even look. My smile don't even get that ugly. Shout out to Trav, amazing athlete. But my smile don't even get that ugly. But y'all know what I'm talking about. They was dancing at the wedding and he was dancing and he had this weird ass look on his face and she was looking at him and then she turned her back. Hey, listen, G, body language don't lie. She don't like dude. Listen, she might. I'm gonna give you this. She might like him, but he's definitely friend zone ugly. You know what I'm saying? He friend zone ugly. So if he doesn't come with all the amenities that he come with, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't be dating him. She'd probably just be cool with him. She friend zoned him in the first. She really wasn't responsive to him. She went through all the phases that chicks go through when they don't like a guy. She wasn't responding. Talking about I ain't responding because you had a girlfriend. You don't care if the top athlete in the country got a girlfriend. Stop it. You in a rap video. Throwing that motherfucker in a circle. So we could cut it out. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know what I'm saying? So first you ignored him. Then you admittedly found out who he was and then responded to him, threw him in the friend zone, played the slow game. You know what I'm saying? Let him chase. He going through first baddie syndrome, bad as hell. So he chasing, sniffing up her tail. Then she let him, you know what I'm saying? She let him in. It's like she going through every like all of the signs that you don't really like dude like that is present. So it's like we could act like we don't see it, or we could just like do him a solid and like don't say nothing. But this love, like when you care about somebody, you tell them the truth. If you want to see them do better or look out for themselves, I don't know where y'all come from, but like, you know, if I'm finna go crash out, whether I still mash the gas and crash out, you know, the people that was solid, I could look back in hindsight, you know what I'm saying, and be like, damn, so-and-so and such was real ones. Because when I was on my way to crashing, they told me, like, you tweaking. You feel me? You can at least look back and identify the real ones versus the ones who just let you drive. You feel me? So.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all leave them folks alone, man. Y'all just think she look like this and he look like that, or y'all just want to, she gonna cheat on him. Y'all make it a narrative. And she might see the beauty inside him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to judge him on his looks or none of that. You know what I'm saying? She might see the beauty inside him. You see how goofy they was together? She might, just because she like him, she ain't goofy. And she like him because he goofy. You know what I'm saying? And he, you know, he let her be her. You know, man, internet, y'all trip, man.
I'm actually happy for him, man. I think it's the one thing that's gonna allow him to. He was already locked in on his craft anyway, but I think any man that becomes a father and he got even something else to prove for, you know, to work for, you know, because he had his wife, but to be a father, I think we finna see a whole other Travis Hunter, man. I think you're gonna see a lot of mature decisions too. I don't think you're gonna see him worrying so much about fighting to be on both sides of the ball.
Nope.
All types. I think you're gonna see this man now go get that bag. Whatever.
For sure.
Tell me where I need to play to go get that bag. Like I don't.
And they forget, bro, that he was raised. Hey, he been raised up, man, in his teenage years by a real one, boy.
Yeah. Man,
Cole Prime is special, man. I don't care what y'all talking about. You said it, but you want to say leave that man churning alone. Man, leave that man there, and that's one of his sons too, man. Leave that man cheering alone, man. Everything coming under that umbrella has been successful. Everything they touch has been blessed. Everything they do has been golden. Leave these guys alone, man. Just cause Shallow got weight don't mean he ain't gonna land somewhere. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Shadul gonna make sure his brother straight. His daddy gonna make sure his brother straight. Hell, he gonna make sure he's straight. He raised some men, man. It takes a man to raise these boys into men, man. You know what I'm saying? You think he gonna let Travis do this, that, and the third without being in his ear on a consistent basis? No, man. That man say he was always in his office. Do y'all pay attention to the good narratives? That he was always in his office. He was always asking questions. He always trying to pull on his coat. Man, come on, man. You always pulling your coats, man. Come on, man.
Uncle Plug. I see y'all comments. Keep dumping. I see y'all comments. I'm coming to him. Uncle Plug. All of that's true. All of that, what you said is true. You know what's also true? Good guys get played the worst.
Classic.
The absolute worst. The absolute worst.
Classic.
Everything you just said is a recipe for destructive heartbreak to a man. Every single thing Uncle Plug just said. I'm not even saying he's wrong. I agree with everything he said about Travis being a man of great character. Souls of Thought said, I was not convinced. LOL. Yeah, no, definitely not. The Tez Down said, bro, she doesn't like him. She didn't stand up when he won the Heisman. And when he got drafted first, she ignored him forever. She looked disgusted in his two greatest moments. At Classic, are you driving your girl to a booty shaker and then stand outside while she got the cheeks out, rubbing rump on different dudes? No, what you mean? Am I doing that? No, I'm not a simp. Jay Zilla said it's not love. It's not love the slow way, but he found himself a wife, a good thing. Jay Zilla, I don't think you know who that is. I mean, I'm not gonna disrespect his bride. I'm just saying I don't know if you done your due diligence on the couple that we talking about. That's listen, it's gonna play out. Like the old head said, when they have foresight because they've been around a little longer than us when we was young, you'll see. Just keep living.
Classic.
Let's let my boys cook.
And man, the Sanders family, man, blessings to y'all, man. To that man that was born in Fort Myers, Florida, Lee County, you know what I'm saying? Dion, man, hey, one of the greatest, man. One of the greatest. God bless you, brother. God bless you.
We're gonna be hitting on them in just a few too, because he wanted the topics.
Let's go.
Topics, but man, congratulations to Travis Hunter and your wife, man. Congrats. Hope the baby healthy. That's all that really matters. Make sure the baby's healthy, and have a great have a great season, man. You got something else to grind for now.
Yeah, you got to, but you got it ain't gonna be too well over there at Jacksonville. I'm trying to tell you, but
hey, definitely a congratulations to Travis Hunter, and I think Jacksonville gonna surprise some people. I think Trevor Lawrence is a decent quarterback. I really do. I think he's a very decent quarterback, and I think when he's healthy and everybody's healthy, they've had a lot of injuries. I think Jacksonville going to do a little bit better than people give them credit for. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs or anything like that, but they're going to surprise some people for sure. Jacksonville's all right. They got weapons over there. They're going to be okay if they can stay healthy.
It's cesspool of Florida, bro. Just let you know.
So now next we have I know, Plug, you said you weren't familiar with her. We have Sabrina Parr. I want to say her ex-husband was a NFL player, but then also she was the one who dated Lamar Odom after he got cleaned up and everything the first time after him and Chloe kind of broke it off. So that's how she came into like my viewpoint. Like, but it sounds like she's been around for a while. But she crashed out, man. She crashed out. Coach JB allowed her to come up. And I really want to talk about this because I want to see your opinion on, should women even be talking about men's sports? And also, are women too emotional to have conversations, period? So I want you guys to hear this. I kind of started it in the middle. It's pretty long, but so we're not going to play all that. We're just going to play to give you guys a reference point. Coach JB has already heard her kind of go back and forth. He tells her that he stands on women's sports, but she's about to go in, and I want you guys to hear some of the double talking too that she starts doing. Here we go.
My daughter plays sports. I'm all for female sports. But when we got spaces being invaded, our females being invaded, I want to protect that. So there is the backstory so you understand why I created that line. And number one, I don't understand the asinine, contradictory hypocrisy when we come to Title IX, and yet and I see females coming on talking about Title IX and how females are being invaded. So again, that is my whole take with female sports being protected. Number one. Number two, The football specific space, when I came at that about football specific, that's my whole thing with females. They don't belong in football, gladiator sports. That's my whole thing. I don't believe females should coach men in football, and I don't believe they should play. Now, when the females play lingerie football, I think it's a slap in y'all face, because we ain't going there to watch you catch a touchdown. We're watching you to see your ass and titties. Let's keep it all the way.
I love Coach JB. I beg to differ with him. I had to interject. I beg to differ with him. I've been to a lot of LFL games. I actually damn near had season tickets. I knew one of the players, so I would get to go to the games shit for nothing. And shout out to the Bliss. I've been to a lot of LFL games, and they're actually very entertaining football games. A lot of those women ain't even like robust in that way. So it's not a lot of like jiggling and jumbling up and down the field. They actually be playing very competitive. And it's like the powder puff game in high school on steroids. And it's really actually a cool atmosphere and very, very entertaining. I don't think it's just a crowd full of perverse men that's there to get something that's just a little bit a step down from the gentleman's club. I don't think that's not what I saw. I saw families there, kids and all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think JB got the wrong idea on that one. He a little off base. Ted said, got to do some homework on her post, man. She fouled, and if she isn't, she got to market better. Oh, he's talking about he's still on the Travis Hunter thing. He said, I disagreed at the same point. I know LFL players and girls who play internationally. He's dead wrong. Yeah, I disagree with him wholeheartedly. He said these girls can play football. Yeah, and it's exciting to watch. Joe Jet, what up, my dog?
Classic.
Yes, sir. But yeah, we're going to let him cook, though. I just had to interject and let y'all know where I was at with that.
Funky. So it's a slap in women's face, and that's the fact of the matter. So again, protect female sports. If you think that you're out there lingerie football and you're a fucking coach now, and I'm supposed to go watch you get ratings by showing your ass and titties, then again, to me, disrespecting my daughter, yourself, and all the other females out there, because all these weirdo fucking men are going to go in the crowd, get loaded, and watch a bunch of ass and titties play. Come on now, girl. Keep it funky. That's what the real is. There ain't no fucking football played by women. Never has been, never will be. Y'all play flag football. Y'all can do whatever you want. I have no issue. There's flag football leagues across America right now in high school for females. I have no issue with it. Do I agree with it? No, but I don't have an issue with it. But when it comes to you coming on over, and there's 22 football coaches in the NFL right now who are female that never fucking played football. Now you're telling me that's okay. Then you're sexist.
JB, let's stay focused on.
My bad, chat. He made a lot of great points. This is one of those arguments where it would be great for like a scored debate conversation, because you could literally get on either side of the fence and talk about this, because you do have people who learn how to master things that they haven't necessarily participated in at the highest level, right? They master it from an information standpoint and an understanding standpoint, right? And I'm not saying that applies to this woman. I'm not saying that applies to this woman at all. But what I'm saying is you could literally argue either side, because I definitely understand where JB coming from. You know what I mean? Like, for all those 22 women that are coaches in the NFL or whatever he was saying, is there, and this isn't even sexism. We talking about what's best for the team, what's best for the franchise, what's best for, what's going on. Forget all the DEI stuff. Is there a man that's better qualified for this and that would do a better job? And if we ask ourselves honestly, the answer probably gonna be yes. You know what I'm saying? If we just being truthful, you know what I'm saying? If we just being blunt about it.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
But at the same time, if there is a woman who has a level of mastery, which I don't know if it applies to this sister here, but if there is a woman who has a level of mastery and understanding in the sport, should she be disqualified from a fair opportunity to be a coach on an NFL team? I mean, I think she had to earn her stripes just like the men do.
What the post was about. Thank you so much for throwing in your tidbits about how you feel about women's sports. But that's not what the post was about. That's not where you were attacking me. So let's stay focused on the concept.
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm just saying.
Definitely do want to cut me off. It's what you're.
The only reason I just said what I said though is because of what you said earlier about me not protecting women's sports. I just wanted to be clear. That was the only thing I wanted to say about that specific take. But go ahead.
I never said you didn't protect women's sports. I said I thought it was ironic that post was on your page.
You judge me.
Yes. And you make it very easy to judge you, okay? By your answer,
I love that.
Your choice of words. You make it very easy. Now let's get back to the relevance of this conversation.
I get a lot of pussy, by the way. Just throwing it out there. But go ahead.
That's great for you. Congratulations.
Sister,
now let's go back to the topic at hand, which was you feeling like I was not even allowed to have the conversation about football. That is the truth here, because only statement I made was about how that man felt about Shador. That was it. I didn't talk about Shador's gameplay, which I could, but I didn't because that wasn't relevant to the conversation.
You can't though.
So, but that's where you and I are going to continue to disagree.
Man, you don't know what a 3 technique is. You can't.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because you're not that skilled in a lot of other sports, yet you still comment on them. And do you know how many journalists, JB, you gotta be quiet. You have to listen to understand.
I got you.
Do you know how many great journalists and commentators who have never played the game that they comment on? If we attack Skip Bayless in this way, we would probably be sued. We would be sued. If we attacked every single person who has never played football or basketball or tennis or flag football that's now becoming very popular and it's forcing people to talk about it. If you were only qualified to discuss things that you have done, all of you guys would be out of a job. So you can be qualified to talk about something without actually physically doing it at a high level. The difference between me and another female analyst and journalist is I have experience in the game. I have experience playing the game. I have experience learning the game. I have a son that plays football. I played football. My ex-husband was in the NFL. I've dated the guys. I've talked about the guys. At points in my life, it was nothing but football in my household. So to sit here and tell me because I don't know what a certain, whatever you just said was, means I'm disqualified from coaching the athlete mentally. And when you talk about you can't coach an athlete mentally, this is why mental health is not taken seriously enough. Because I don't care what their skill level is. You guys are looking at a lot of young athletes that are struggling outside of the field, right? Well, a lot of times that's where I come in. I teach them how to put that aside, deal with life issues, and still be a great football player.
I don't want to hear from a female though.
That's you.
Yeah, no. I definitely don't think. Yup. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Emotional support. Is that the best? Is that the best job to? I'm not saying women don't have a role on a football field, right? I know some great women trainers. You know what I'm saying? They definitely can get you right on the recovery table for sure. There's a role for women in a football facility for sure. But the emotional support, I don't know if that's it. Because if y'all emotions ain't all the way together on a regular basis, how you keeping somebody else intact? You know what I'm saying? I just don't know about that shit. You know what I mean? I might be with JB on that one. As bad as it sound, I might be with JB on that one, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. What we talking about, chat? Jay Zilla said he responded off emotions and possibly never be to one of these women's games. Yeah, it don't sound like he been to an LFL game. It doesn't sound like he been to one. Latez Down said, I covered this today as well. He made a valid point until she got in her feelings. Yeah, the Latez Down said, and that's where I went in. I got to go back and check you out, bro. I was on your stream, but I wasn't there when you were talking about this.
But guess what? A lot of athletes do. You're 1%. JB, you are 1%.
No, I'm not.
You are 1%. I have thousands of messages from a lot of my athletes that have thanked me for my contributions in their careers. So you are one person that feels like You
Can I be
don't
real?
want to. And I'm gonna
Can
be
I be
honest,
real?
JP,
Watch this part, plug.
maybe if you listen to women more, you wouldn't have had so many failures in your career because
Right.
women like us help guide you in the right direction and help you get the words on paper and help you articulate yourself without using so much profanity and attacking the athlete so much. This is what a woman does. So to say that we
Football ain't a place for all that soft-spoken shit. She talking about learn how to articulate yourself with all the profanity. Football is it's a level of war. Don't overtake what I'm saying. Don't undertake what I'm saying. It's a level of, we put on armor. We run out there 11 on 11, and we cracking skulls. We running full speed. We muscular, grown men, and we crashing into each other over and over and over. We looking out for each other. Some people, there's double team schemes. You got pulling guards at 300 pounds that run 4.740s coming to take a linebacker's head off that's trying to blitz up the A gap. You got all type of, you got chop blocks, dirty stuff. Don't get caught on the bottom of a fumble, pal. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is a man's game. All that soft feminine touch shit. No. See, no. That's why, and that's what I'm saying. I'm with JB on the female coaching shit. All that gentle touch shit, all that Tony Dungy shit, man, take that shit to basketball, take that shit to tennis, take that somewhere else, bro. Football is a man's game. Football is a man, ain't no room. That's why Caleb Williams ain't gonna succeed. Until Caleb Williams stop painting his fingernails, stop switching when he walk, and stop talking and put a little bit of bass in his voice, he'll never prosper in the NFL. This shit is a man's game. Testosterone. She talking about JB need to stop talking with profanity and all that. Man, I was getting cussed out. I started playing football, full contact football with pads on at 6 years old. I got cussed out the second day of practice. Cussed out by a grown man. This is a man's game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Your kid might not have a lick of athleticism in him, but if you want him to learn where he fall on the pecking order of men and amongst men, he put him in football for a few years so he can go learn about himself. He gonna go learn about himself playing football. Joe Jett said, I think the problem with women kicking open certain doors is the idea that women can do it and not the best person. But this is used in reverse to shame men to be inclusive. Yep, exactly. Nail on the head. Just because you can do it don't mean you could do it at a high enough level to qualify for this job that there's also 50 men applying for. You see what I'm saying? You can do it, but are you the best person for the job? And oftentimes when it comes to coaching football, the answer is no when it comes to a woman doing so. And that's just what it is. The Tez down said timestamp 3 hours from TBT part 2. I got you. Joe Jett said if the women can get it done, then show it going through the ranks. Pee-wee, high school, college, and then pro. Not straight to the NFL. Facts. Classic. Talk that shit. Facts. Joe Jett, facts. Yeah. But let's let her finish her wisdom.
Should not be a part of the conversation. Lets me know your level of intelligence is a lot less than I thought it was. So just know this. I'm going to continue. Remember I said this. It is, what's today's date? August.
Remember, 7th. I said your emotions are showing why you can't coach football.
Yes, I am emotional because I'm passionate about who I am and what I've done.
Well, but when I'm passionate, I'm the asshole when I'm passionate, huh?
No, you're not being an asshole because of passion.
You're a fucking clown.
Asshole because it's your choice of words.
You're a clown. Ain't nobody trying to hear you.
Hold
on,
You're now. I got it.
No, look at him. Look at him trying to simp. Look at him trying to simp. Look at him trying to simp. Y'all see him, chat? Y'all see him, chat? Him right here. Him right here. Look at the mouse. Him right here. Look at him getting ready to simp. Don't step in. Don't step in. That man was having a civilized conversation with this woman. They was respectfully disagreeing. She started praying on his, start talking down on his career, talking about his failures, talking about his lack of articulation, talking about his use of profanity. Profanity has a place in articulation. Profanity has a place in the English language. It has a place. Now, people who are excessive or profane to a fault, there's a such thing as that. But JB is pure entertainment. And there's been a lot of amazing, legendary entertainers that rooted a lot of their entertainment in profanity. Bernie Mac cussed like a sailor. You understand? There's so many. I'm not gonna get into a whole list because I don't want to go off on a tangent. But this woman engaged in conversation with this man with a very manly presence, right? Look at her in the freeze frame. Look at this energy. She this close to the camera. She's snarling. She got her mane is out. You know what I'm saying? Her mane is out. Her beard thicker than mine right now. So when you engage like that and he meets you, he's meeting her where she's at. You here, brother, it's not your job to come in and break nothing up. They on the internet, everybody's physically safe. He ain't gonna punch on her through the screen. Let them go ahead and have it out. Some men argue with women, some men don't. I don't argue with women. You got it. You right. It matters to you more than me. You got it. You right. I don't care. But he's choosing to engage, and I'm gonna enjoy. This dude needs to stop. He trying to sit up and all right, JB. No, don't talk to JB. Talk to her. Talk to her.
You can't insult me, but I kind of saw you, right?
I'm coming at you. I'm saying I'm talking about the whole situation now.
I have not called you out of your name.
Bullshit, homie.
I have not called you out of your name.
All y'all bark, but don't want to bite back. So you can start something.
Maybe the fact that I'm on your show lets you know that I'm all bark. I'm I'm all bite. The fact that I'm on here, I could have. You see how many followers I have?
Yeah. Again, my point I'm making to you real quick. They don't text you and call you for advice. They want to fuck you.
So I wanted it to land right there. I know that took a little bit, but I know that was going to land because they went back and forth, man. This was probably one of the most intense crash outs I've seen. He exposed her, and it made me just think, like, man, can women have conversations in any environment? When can a woman take their emotions out of a conversation and just have a conversation? Because she called him a failure before that, and that's what he was talking about. Like, no, I called you a clown because you just called me a failure. But when I say something, I'm an a-hole. But when I call you out, then she starts to play a victim role for a little bit. He called that out too. What are your thoughts about some of that entertainment there? And that was all because of her post about Sean King, who said that Shador was emotionally immature.
Yeah, what is that? Why do people keep trying to build this narrative? Let's get to the comments. The Tez down said women can coach, but it's not an open door. And I think that's what she doesn't understand. She double talked her way out of the support that we had for her. I ain't had no support for her. My support to the truth. The Tez down said she overstepped to him and he stepped to her back. Dude wanted to simp because she was cute and black. It happens to men a lot. She's not my type. The Tez down said Eddie Murphy stand up about Bill Cosby, example of the cursing. Oh, yeah, for sure. And Eddie Murphy's a legend. Souls of Thought said, yes, I needed you on this one. We will have to pay attention if they crash again. Oh, for sure, for sure. Soul said, watch the whole episode when you free. See how many followers I have. LOL. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy because what does that have to do with anything? You feel me? That's kind of wild. But let's see what the guys got to say, and then we're going to move into the rest of the show.
And she said, tell me that you don't like a person without telling me you don't like them.
Ooh-wee. That was a lot to take in. Let me process for a second.
It was pretty interesting. Like I thought
it was intense.
I thought it was very unique, the conversation. Like if you watch the whole 30 minutes because he pointed out a lot. He even goes deep at the end to talk about why Ted Ginn Sr. uses her as one of his trainers. And she crashed out. She crashed out. I don't know if you want to see that part. It's like at the tail end. Like she crashed out, dog. Like,
I am unfamiliar with her. I don't know who she is or what she does. I have no clue. I've never seen her before. Is that her on the thumbnail?
Yeah.
JB does have a point. She does look. she does look. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That was a lot, man. I understand her getting emotional. I can understand her getting emotional. I'm not gonna take nothing away, and I can understand why he bit back. and I understand that. I wish I could have heard what bro got. What's the dude name? Black guy.
Oh, he didn't say nothing. She only came up there because she knows Smitty.
Oh, that's Smitty. Okay, Smitty.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what Smitty was going to say after that tape.
He didn't say anything. He tried to protect her later on, and like JB was like, "No, bro. Like they say something, we should be allowed to speak back. It's not a one-sided conversation." And he was stating that that's why he doesn't feel women should be in men's sports. Like he doesn't feel that women shouldn't do sports, but they shouldn't cross the threshold into men's sports at all.
Like they shouldn't referee, like they shouldn't coach.
He said he don't feel like they understand it, and they never played the game before.
That ain't fair.
I think he has a great point, Plug. I ain't gonna lie, Souls. I'm with JB on that. I don't know that it benefits anything. You know, women do things from an emotional lens. You know what I mean? Like, and men, some of the men already get emotional enough. We don't need somebody who's rooted in emotion, you know, refereeing the game. I done said something slick to you, and now I got to deal with this all season every time you own my games because you won't let it go type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just little dumb shit like that. You know what I mean? I done got into it with men's referees before. So, you know, last thing I need is some female telling me, you know, this, that, and the third and the fourth, because all the teams I ever played on, I've been the captain. So I got to interact with the referees. And a lot of I ain't never met a referee that I like, to be honest with you. That's first and foremost. But a lot of referees be trash. You know what I'm saying? And so, but you have to talk to them. And sometimes I try to go about it. You start off respectful, but the more garbage they are, you know what I mean? You just, the shit could take a turn. You know what I mean? I've thrown a ball at a referee head before. Facts. But it wasn't in like a school game, but it happened. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We definitely don't. I think JB got a point. I never really thought about it like that hard, but when I think about it, shit, let the women referee the women, let the women coach the women, let the women, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa, you know, let the men's sports be men's sports. And again, there's roles and jobs for women at the facility. I don't think women shouldn't be involved in men's sports, right? Because they do great jobs as, you know, physical therapists and things like that and trainers and stuff like that. But in regards to getting over into the coaching, I think when it comes to football in particular as well, I think you're always going to find a man who's better for the job. I think the absolute best female football coach should still be coaching girls, or a high school or college, not even head coach in college. Like, there's going to be a man that's better. You know what I'm saying? It's some trash ass men coaches. Don't get it twisted. But generally speaking, if you're looking for the best person for the job, it's probably not going to be a woman that interviewed the best for the job. And if that's the case, give her a shot. We have to see it. But I never seen it before. I'm just offering my honest opinion on it.
That part of it ain't fair. Now, he can feel that way that they shouldn't be coaching or they shouldn't be refereeing, but I mean, women got knowledge of the game. It's a lot of dudes I be running that ain't got knowledge of the game. They ain't never played the game. You know what I'm saying? I know plenty of dudes that don't play the game that doesn't have any knowledge of the game. That don't know. They couldn't tell you probably 4 or 5. They probably can't go past their team and tell you, man, Michigan, no, that's college. They probably don't even know. You know what I'm saying? They probably don't know half the teams in the NFL. They probably don't know the division. They don't know.
Speaking of that, real quick, Souls of Thought, I need you to accept my invitation into the Classic Codes Fantasy Football League. Is there anybody else in the chat? Chat 333. I'm talking to y'all. Is there anybody, even I don't know if y'all driving, I don't know what y'all doing. I need y'all to talk back to me real quick. We got 1 slot left in the fantasy league. 1 slot left in the fantasy league. We're trying to get it to 10 teams. I think I'm at 9. Souls, I need you to accept your invite. Is there anybody else who want to get in my fantasy league? My fantasy league drafts IDP, which is individual defensive players. We do not do team defense. You have to draft a defense, corners, linebackers, linemen. So it's involved, okay? Anybody else trying to get into my league, in the chat. It's for the chat. This is the Classic Codes Chat 333 Fantasy League. Like I said, we sitting at 9 teams. We got 1 more spot left. We'll discuss how much the league is going to be. I'll discuss it with the league members. We'll come up with a dollar amount that everybody agrees on. It don't have to be nothing heavy. It's all of our first year inside of my fantasy system. It's like no other, and I need 1 more head for the league. He said, I did. I hope He said, I just did. Hope I did it correct. I never used Yahoo. I'm sure you did. I'll check in a second. Thank you, Souls. Thank you. I need one more here. Joe Jet, you do fantasy. Miles, you do fantasy. Anybody, talk to me. This is a break into action. Anybody else trying to get in the Classic Codes Fantasy League? I got room for one more, chat. This is for the chat. I already run 2 leagues. Now y'all got me running a 3rd. So this for y'all. Ted said, I wanted to show this entire segment. Souls and Plug were on point. Yeah, I mean, why rush through the stream if you got time? Miles Bachelor said, the irony is that men face pushback for voicing an opinion against inclusiveness. Perfect example. A stud at my job uses the men's room. I can't say anything. No, you'll lose your job. You got to keep the bread coming in. Shout out to Miles in the chat. What up, my boy? 333.
Classic.
Miles, you ready to come on stream one of these days, man? You ready to get on the Men's Minute panel? What's going on, man? We need your voice. The Tears Down said, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's highly improbable. Absolutely, and that's okay.
Classic.
And that's okay. We gotta be comfortable saying the truth out loud. We can't be bullied by women's scrutiny to not say the truth out loud. The best football coach is probably going to be a man for every job. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach. We don't even, the fucking position coach, footwork coach, the lineman coach is going to be a man, and that's okay. That's the reality. We can say it out loud. We don't have to feel uncomfortable about it. The women will be okay.
Classic.
They've dealt with worse. The Tears Down said, she would be a unicorn coach. I'm not against having women as a part of the sport, not playing against men, but if they prove their value the way every man does, and it's a lot of vetting, then yeah. For what though? Like, they got their own jobs, bro. Like, this is why gender roles come into play. Like, for what though? Like, why? Like, listen, they're great trainers, great physical. They're great for like the actual rest and recovery, recuperation, the nutritionist. All of those jobs are open to women all day long. We need this football. It's 100% entry sport. There's plenty of space for women on the staff. But should they be coaching? Probably not. If you're looking for the best person for the job, that's just what it is. Joseph said, if you don't get one, I'll jump on. No, we need you. You the person I was waiting on. I just told Norris the other day. I said I'm gonna see if Joe Jet joined. Joe, hit my email right now, broski. I'm finna put it in the chat. I'm about to put my email in the chat right now. Hit my email, and I'm going to send you the invite to the league. I don't want you to put your email in here. This email is okay for everybody to see. I don't want you to put your email in here. Get my email out the chat, Joe. Can you email me now? Because we're trying to set up the draft. You know, we're trying to set up the draft like either, I think, Sunday. So I'm trying to find a time that works for everybody on Sunday. So I need you to accept your invite so I can get everything situated for y'all. Yes, sir. He said if you don't got one, we need you. Go ahead, hit me, bro. Yes, sir. Miles Bachelor said, I'll watch my team and whoever they play. Who is your team, Miles? Cigar night, but promise one day soon. Yeah, for sure. Jay Zilla said, Chat 333 has a fantasy league and no other chats have that. Ding, 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 crash dummy.
Classic.
Nah, man, look, everybody gonna be on the stream when the fantasy season kick off, talking about how they beat each other this week or how they getting ready to whoop everybody. He said, okay, I'm in. My dog.
Classic.
My dog. Yeah, my scoring system, everything different. Y'all gonna really enjoy it. Y'all will never see fantasy the same. It's on steroids. For sure. Anybody got videos, TikToks, anything y'all want me to react to, that's my email address. Y'all send it to my email. If y'all got something y'all want me to react to, or y'all could DM me on the social platforms. DM me on TikTok, DM me on Instagram. Send me stuff y'all want me to react to. I do this shit for y'all every day, man. Miles Bachelor, Sixburg. Oh, you like Pittsburgh? Oh, yeah, you did tell me you like the Steelers. I'm with that. Tez Down said, we the ones. Tez, I'm letting you know right now. I don't know how many times I'm gonna play against you this year, but you're not beating me, bro. I know you finna draft funny. I know he finna draft funny. I'm gonna tell y'all who I'm worried about in the fantasy league right now. Hold on. We done with the Souls of Thought. Man, shout out to Souls of Thought and Uncle Plug TV with the No Middleman panel. We gonna wrap this segment up. Let me just freelance a little bit before we go into the next segment. I'm gonna tell y'all right now who gonna be top dog. He said, "May the best team win." It's me. It's me.
Classic.
I'm just gonna talk my shit real quick. Out of the people in the fantasy league, we got that be in the chat. Everybody from the chat for the most part. I'm only worried about Souls. I ain't even worried. Actually, I'm not worried about none of y'all. I'm not worried about none of y'all. But as far as teams, I think before the draft even take place, teams I think that's going to be a problem for my team, like a real, okay, I can't have nobody hurt this week. I need to bring my best. So's the thought. I'm worried about his team in fantasy. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to deal with them. We're going to have to deal with them. It is what it is. We're going to deal with them too. But it's going to be some shit. And Lisa, y'all be seeing Lisa in the chat. She in the fantasy league. Who else? She probably gonna have a good team. Don't work, don't sleep. It's like 3 girls in the league. Don't sleep. And that's it. I think them too. I think I'm a whoop Plug, Uncle Plug TV. Somebody tell him I said it. Tez, however many times I see him, we gonna put belt to ass on Tez. Who else? Who else in the league? Joe Jet finna get in the league. We gonna have to see. Cause see, Joe don't get too much on the sports takes. So we gonna have to see what he do. Joe Jet might be the dark horse.
Classic.
Joe Jet might be the dark horse. The tears down, may the best team win. Boy, you funny, boy. It's me. But yeah, let's get into the rest of the show, chat. Let's move in. Let's move on. So we got a question of the day. Dope question of the day. Shout out to Ye, the young bull from the Men's Minute, my dog Ye. He sent this over to me. So let's talk about it, chat. Here we go. Who comes first? Who comes first? This is the question of the day. In a man's life, in a man's personal life, who comes first? Wifey, mom, best friend, or the kids? In a man's personal life, who comes first? Wifey, mom, best friend, or the kids? And why? Elaborate on this for me, chat. Expound on it. I need some greater understanding on this one. Who do y'all think comes first in a man's personal life? And let's be real, because you know we got ladies in the chat. They're not always talkative, right? But we got ladies in the chat too, and they watch the channel and they watch the content, and they can learn some things about our perspective from us just being open and honest. Even though you know all the fellas in here talking right now. Ted said, "I got a sound strategy." Yeah, all right, Ted, did you look at how the rosters are set up yet? You never drafted like this before. You don't even know how to go about it, bro. You cooked. So's the thought said, big facts. This one will be interesting because it's about individuals knowing all the positions. Yeah. See, it's gonna be an issue. But let's get into this question of the day. Because we could talk fantasy all day. We're gonna have to do a stream where we all get on here. We could do it tonight, actually. We all do a stream where we all get on here and we chop it up about it. We could do the draft. I'm gonna probably stream my draft. The tears down. Yes, I did. That's how my draft was last year. Okay. So you got some experience. So it ain't no excuses when I put belt to ass in. So question of the day, who comes first in a man's personal life? Talk to me, chat. What we doing? Y'all don't want to get off sports. Who comes first in a man's personal life? Wifey, mom, best friend, or the kids? Now I'm gonna tell you, when this was sent to me, chat, I had to take a long, hard look at this one because obviously, if you have all 4 of these, right? So let's say the man has a wife, a mom, best friend, and kids. Who comes first in their personal life? You know, obviously it's not going to be their mom. Obviously it's not going to be their best friend. So you could narrow it down to wife and kids. I don't think if you have your wife, your mom, your best friend, and your kids, I don't think your best friend should be a real option. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. And then you got your mom, but your mom's supposed to still be with your dad. And if she not, she hopefully finds somebody because you can't be your mom's man forever, right? So it shouldn't be your mom if you got a wife. So between the wife and kids, for me, is what it narrows down to. But what y'all think, chat? Mal said, gotta go. Catch y'all later. All right, Miles, be easy, dog. Chat 333. We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate
Classic.
you. Jay Zilla said his daughter, then God, then his wife, his mom, his son, then his best friend should align with him. Is what it is. Okay, this is a lot. He said his daughter should be. So if he has it, so now we taking it further. Okay, let's walk with Jay Zilla for a minute, chat. So he's saying the man has a son and a daughter, a wife and a mom and a best friend. So he's saying his daughter should come first. then God. So you put your daughter in front of God, okay, and then his wife, and then his mom, and then his son. So essentially put all the women in front of any males, and then his best friend should align with him. So you put all the women in front of any males. Okay, unique perspective. Unique perspective. The tears down said each situation is different. I think it alternates between wife and kids. Yeah, I think it's really a two-part question. I don't really think all four of these are an option for real. I think it's a two-part question. Soft Rain said wife, kids, mom, best friend. Okay. So the wife should come first in front of the kids. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Ted said God comes first. Right. God not an option though. We know that. We know that God comes first for everybody, or should. But in a man's personal life, I would say, I'm gonna give y'all another option. I mean, I'm gonna give y'all another answer since we putting shit on, we answering with stuff that ain't on there. He should put himself first. I mean, shit. What you gonna do for any of them? You don't get yourself situated and keep yourself situated. So I think who comes first in a man's personal life, the answer is the man himself. And then from there, we could go into this list. But, you know, a man who hasn't regulated himself, stabilized himself, you know, learned himself, disciplined himself, you know, those men, regardless of their list of priorities, aren't going to be as useful. So, or as productive, or as efficient, or as reliable, etc. So I think he should put himself first and then go from there. But if I had to answer just based off of this list, excluding that, I like Soft Rain's list. I think when he gets to a certain point, though, like, I think I might swap out best friend. I might put best friend in front of mom just because I'm blessed. Like, my mom still got my dad. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, she got her own thing. Like, I don't need her to be that high on my list. I'm a man, you know, at that point, you a man with your own setup going on. So, but like your best friend, if you got a real solid best friend, like, you know, like my closest friend, like we, you know, we make money together. We, you know what I'm saying? We more than just friends. We motivation to each other, inspiration. You know what I'm saying? It's family, it's business, it's all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you should be able to break bread with your brothers and all of that. Like the best friend in certain spaces and stages in your life, your homeboy, you might put it in front of your old lady, depending on what phase of life y'all in, for a lot of different reasons. Like I said, especially if you got some business going on. The tears down said every head of household in nuclear families is the man. If he has a good wife, then she will fall too. 3, depending on how much attention the kids need. But any real wife knows this. I'm with you. Shout out to the chat, man. I thought this was an interesting question. Again, shout out to Ye with Six Society. The Six Society question of the day. Let's do it like that. This is the Six Society question of the day. Make sure y'all go shop Six Society. Go to the Instagram, Six Society, SIKK Society. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think this is a very interesting question. I think men should ask themselves this. They should have an understanding of this, because I think consciously thinking about it will allow you to move accordingly. Shout out to Uncle Plug. It'll allow you to move accordingly a little bit better. Like consciously having your priorities, you know, spelled out to yourself. For sure. All right, so anybody watching from Classic Code Sports right now, stream ending on Classic Code Sports, slide over to The Classic Codes.